What's going on? We are back with another episode of Black Team Broadcast, aka BTB. I'm here with my guy Raider Trey. How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm doing good, bro. Like, how you doing, man? What's going on out there with you?
Man, can't be better, bro. I'm excited. Football's back. Went to practice yesterday. That was amazing, bro. First day of pads.
I know it.
Yeah, bro.
I know it was amazing. I
The
just wish I could have been
being
there.
restored, bro. The feeling is being restored, man. It's been a minute since we've seen some live action, bro. I'm more than excited, bro. And there's a few other things to be excited about besides it being the first week of pads, bro. We are now, if I'm not mistaken, 40 days away from Raiders kickoff, bro. 40 days. And shout out my guy, The Nation, coming through with another fire graphic. On today's graphic, it is another legendary Raider, John Ritchie. John Ritchie was with the team, I believe, for about 4 or 5 years, but he definitely made an impact while he was here. But yeah, man, going back to training camp, bro, me and my guy Rundown pulled up to training camp. It was dope. It was a real dope experience. We got to see a lot of different looks, honestly, both one-on-one reps, 11-on-11s. Shoot, you even got to see different varieties of potential matchups, which we'll definitely get into in the future. But yeah, let's bring up our special guest. My guy is a legend when it comes to Raiders content. He's been here for a minute since the Oakland days. Been doing his thing. The host of the Locked On Raiders podcast, also from ESPN, Q Myers. How you doing, brother?
Man, fantastic, man. Appreciate y'all having me on the show. And it's exciting time, training camp going on. Second day of pads was today. And I just think that this team has an opportunity to grow and be something pretty special, man. So it's a really good time, and just kind of buckle up because this team believes that they could win a lot of games this year. And of course, that's what Raider Nation wants to see.
Oh yeah. And I know we're hopeful, just like the team is. The fans are real hopeful that things turn around. Every year we always hear talks of, hey, this team feels different. This team feels different. But in your opinion, what is it about this year's team that really, like, you're noticing the difference for sure?
Well, the funny thing is I was having this conversation on my radio show one day, Unnecessary Roughness on Raider Nation Radio 920, talking about it feels different. And I can't remember who called in, but someone called in and said, it's not that it feels different, it's that it feels right. And I think that was a big difference. And that stood out to me when he said that, because it's like, wait, we have said it feels different. Last year, I know I said it felt different when Antonio Pierce took over. And I thought, okay, he's going to be the guy. Didn't really know what to expect when Josh McDaniels took over, because it was just kind of weird. But at the same time, you're like, hey, The guy's a really good offensive play caller. You know, they just came out with a playoff run. Yeah, okay, this is going to be something. This has a chance to be something. Gruden 2.0, right? Okay, he's going to restore what the Raiders meant. It just, I mean, you know the song and dance, you know the lineup. It just, it all feels different all the time, but this time it feels like it's right. It feels like the right guy is in place, the guy that is out there making sure they compete each and every down, each and every position. Nothing is being given. There's no scholarship with the Raiders anymore. It's about what you earn is what you're going to get. And so, you know, the difference between AP and Pete Carroll, and this is another thing I've been saying quite a bit. AP knew what he wanted, but he didn't know how to get it, right? Because he just didn't have the experience. He had 29 coaches on the staff, you know, former coaches like Marvin Lewis, Joe Philbin, and others. And then he had, you know, guys in there as like offensive play caller, right, that weren't very good and just didn't have the recipe, didn't have the ingredients to build it the way he wanted it to. So, like I said, he knew what he wanted, just didn't know how to get it. Pete Carroll knows what he wants, and he also knows how to get it. He's got the skins on the wall. He's got the experience. He's got the resume. He's got the championships to show it. So it's easy for this team to buy in immediately to what he's saying, because if you want to, you know, hey, what does Pete Carroll bring to the table? Just look it up. You got Google. Pete Carroll's, his resume is right there for you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm a SC fan, so I definitely know about that resume. I definitely got to witness history there, being a diehard SC fan, and yeah, I'm really excited. I hope he brings that repertoire and also he adds to that resume here in Vegas. I really hope so. That's something that fans, especially fans from my age group and under, we're maybe even older. They're hopeful that we finally see a Super Bowl. That's something that we're long overdue for.
Yeah, big facts. I mean, look, whatever age group it is, Raider Nation's thirsty, right? I mean, again, the fact that they've only been to the playoffs twice since they lost in the Super Bowl to John Gruden tells you all you need to know. That was back in 2003, right? I mean, look, I'm 48, so I was alive when they won the last Super Bowl, but it's not like I was tapped in and I was invested in the team at 7 years like that, right? I was still trying to figure out how to make the sound in my bike to make it sound like I had a right? Put a baseball card in there. That's what I was doing. I wasn't, you know what I mean? So it's not like I was invested. So yeah, I mean, it's been so long overdue that the Raiders get back to where they need to be. And you know, we always talk about the greatness of the Raiders and we always talk about the history and all the past great players. Well, this team needs to start and this organization needs to start having great up and coming players, great players that we could look at. Like we looked at C. Wood when he got drafted. It was like, oh man, that guy's going to be special, right? Now you got Brock Bowers. We look at him. Oh, he's going to be special. Look at Ashton Genty. Okay, he's going to be special, right? So you're starting to see it come around and you're starting to see them have really talented players on the roster. They need to get back to what made the Raiders great back in the day, which is having great players. That's where it all starts. And it seems like they're starting to turn that corner.
Definitely. I agree with that. And not just with the rookies that they brought in, even with some of our free agent signings and trade acquisitions like Geno Smith. That's a very big part of this culture shift, in my opinion. And some people may think it is a bold statement when I say this, but in my opinion, this might be possibly the best quarterback that the Raiders have had since Rich Gannon. And Derek Carr, don't get me wrong, Derek Carr was a very solid quarterback for the Raiders, but in my opinion, Geno might even be a slight upgrade to what we had with Derek.
Yeah, I would agree with that because after 2016, after Derek broke his ankle, he was never the same. He was never the same guy. And that's what the element that I think Geno brings to the table right now. Geno could still move and he's still willing to move the pocket. As far as, you know, accuracy on the deep ball, as far as just being able to throw the rock, I think that they're very comparable, but just having the ability to run if need be. It's not something that I think Chip Kelly is going to be calling up and dialing up. Hey, there's a Geno RPO, but if he needs to pick up 8 yards to get a first down, if he needs to, you know, roll the pocket a little bit to allow a guy like Dante Thornton Jr. to get down the field, or Trey Tucker, he can do that and he's willing to do that. I think that that's the biggest difference. So I like the whole Rich Gannon type comparison. Lincoln Kennedy, who I talk to and have on my shows all the time consistently, says that, you know, when Rich Gannon showed up with the Raiders, he earned the respect of the locker room. He earned the respect of the head coach. He said he earned my respect by seeing what he was willing to do and the fact that he was going out there and he was very serious about winning and wanted to put this team on his back. So Geno has that same opportunity. It's up to him to go ahead and take advantage of it.
Yeah, definitely. And like you said, he definitely brings another element to the offense that we didn't really have in previous years, which is a running element. And also the fact that him being able to run the ball and now having a solidified RB1 with Ashton Genty, that opens up a lot of things, such as the ability to use the play action in our offense. That's something that I feel like is going to be a key component that we're going to need to utilize this season.
Yeah, for
Definitely.
sure. But they have to. I mean, the running back is going to be solid, right? I mean, Ashton Genty, what he did in college. It's all going to depend on those dudes up front, right? The offensive line is going to have to come together as quickly as possible and be able to open up holes. And as you were at practice on Monday for the first padded practice, you saw that offensive line open up some holes. You saw Genty squirt through there, pick up 20 yards. You saw Zamir White, who, by the way, looks a lot more trim and as opposed to last year where he was bulked up and I thought he put on too much muscle last year. He looks like he's a lot better this year. You still have Sincere McCormick, who's healthy. I got a chance to talk to him today. I think that he's going to provide something as well. There's going to be some competition in that running back room, man. Mostert, who just had a baby, so congratulations to him and his wife. He wasn't there today, but he's he's going to be a guy to be reckoned with as well. So yeah, man, the running back room, as Pete Carroll said today, is very, very competitive and very, very good.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that I love that Pete Carroll definitely brought to this organization, and a key thing that he said when the moment he walked in the building, we're going to compete. We're going to compete at all levels, and I'm happy to see it. And there's a lot of interesting camp battles going on right now. One that I didn't expect, that it's starting to be pretty awesome to see also, because like they say, iron sharpens iron, is the center battle. That one really caught me off guard, because I really thought going into the season we had our solidified center in JPJ, but now we're seeing him battling it out with Jordan Meredith. In your opinion, is it a legit battle, or is it just to test JPJ and see what he's got?
No, I think it's a couple things. I think one, it's a legit battle. That's something Pete Carroll talked about today, right? Both of these guys are definitely going to push each other. When I talked to Aiden O'Connell yesterday, he said the same thing, that both guys are going to push each other. Both guys feel like that they can have that starting spot. I'm with you. I thought JPJ, with no doubt about it, was going to be the starting center, but the competition that Pete Carroll talks about all the time is real. And so, they're going to do that. They're going to battle it out. But also, they're doing this so say Geno goes down in a game, then JPJ is very comfortable already with Aiden O'Connell, right? Aiden O'Connell steps in as the backup quarterback. Boom, JPJ's got plenty of reps with him, and vice versa. What if JPJ goes down in the game, and then you need to have someone else come in as a starting center? Jordan Meredith is already very comfortable with that. So I think it's twofold. The competition is real, but at the same time, it's also getting guys familiar with each other so they could just slide in at any given moment. And you're seeing that not only with the center position, but you're seeing it with the cornerbacks as well, as DeCam Richardson's been running with the ones, Stokes is running with the ones, Porter's running with the ones, Jacorian Bennett's running with the twos and the threes. I mean, so there's a lot of different mixing and matching going on with a lot of these guys, and that's just how they're building it. It goes back to Pete Carroll knowing what he wants and knowing how to go get it.
Yeah. Does that mean that Dylan Parham, they don't see him as being that much of a center anymore, and they want to try to keep him at guard?
I think he's more of a guard. I don't think that they view him as a center. It's funny is when he came in the league, as you know, I mean, he's played all three of the interior positions, the left guard, the right guard, and the center position. And I thought that center might have been his best spot, but I think he's really in the camp battle, to be honest with you, to even make the roster. He's in the last year of his deal. He's banged up quite a bit. They have him listed at like 330 or something. I don't see him being that big. He's never been that big. I think that's kind of interesting.
He's smaller than that.
Yeah, exactly. I don't see any scenario where he's that big. So he's a mystery, because it feels like Alex Kappa maybe
as smart as
Kappa for the right guard spot. So who's going to get the left guard? Is that going to be Meredith? Is that going to end up being, Caleb Rogers? Is that going to be, who's going to be that? But again, those competitions are really good, and that's what they're preaching. And so we're seeing it each and every day out of practice.
Yes, sir.
That's a great thing. That's a great thing to see.
And in your opinion, going back to what you had said earlier regarding DeCameron Richardson, in your opinion, is he really showing out like that? Because I had a little bit of a restricted view at certain moments of the practice yesterday, and I'm sure obviously day 2 we didn't get a chance to view as much. But is he really showing out this year? Like, in your opinion, do you see that big leap coming from DeCameron Richardson?
I mean, he's got a chance. He fits the prototypical size of a Pete Carroll defensive back, right? He's long and he's fast. And so, and what I keep saying, and I've been saying it even before training camp started, I was like, man, don't sleep on him. He had so many reps last year. Like, he got into the game. It's not like he was standing on the sideline watching. He was forced into action because Jacorian Bennett went down. So he didn't have a very good year. I think he'd be the first to admit that. But he got extreme reps. Like he got so many reps and valuable reps that you can't make them up. You can't duplicate them. So he was able to get that experience, and now he's in a system where he probably fits better. And again, he's the length, he's got the speed of a Pete Carroll defensive back. So he's been getting some run with the ones. You see Stokes, who's a former first-round pick of Green Bay, getting some run with the ones. That goes back all the way to OTAs. You see Darian Porter, third-round pick. He's getting some run with the ones. I saw on Sunday, I saw JT Woods, who just was signed right before camp started. A young man out of Baylor, has been in the league a couple years. He was getting some run with the ones. Like, there's a lot of guys fighting for these positions. So I wouldn't sleep on any of them. They had, they've had some spirited competition. You saw DCAM have an interception on Monday against Geno in the red zone.
Yeah.
And then you saw not Darian Porter, Dante Thornton Jr. beat him deep. So, he has moments where it's like, okay, that was really good. Oh, wait, hold on. Now you just gave one up. And as Devin White said today, who's his cousin, he like real blood cousin, said, you can't have those. You can't have the 1-for-1s. You can't make a play and then give up a play. It's got to be make a play and don't give up a play. So that's what he's striving for.
Yeah, definitely. You got kind of like the famous quote that Marshawn said, I'm gonna get got from time to time, but I'm gonna get mine more than I get got. And that's right. The key. You guys put more pluses out there than negatives out on the field. That's the one key thing. But yeah, definitely I definitely noticed that connection with Thornton and Geno. That play yesterday was dope. And shout out to the Raiders social media team. They put out a very dope video clip. Let me pull that up real quick. With Thornton, Geno. Let me find that clip right here. Here we are. Yeah, so far I've been hearing nothing but great things about Dante Thornton. A lot of people thought he was just going to be a fast guy, just verticals and slants. But so far, from what I've seen at practice, they're definitely utilizing him more in the route tree. And I don't think he's just a fast guy. Like, I think there's more to Dante Thornton. I really think he could be a serious threat in this league and for the Raiders.
I do too. I think it's going to still be a while before he really evolves into that NFL wide receiver. Right now, I think his best skill set is what you saw, that big 70-yard bomb from Geno to him. I think that's where he's going to eat right now. But he also has the want to get better. And so what I mean by that is last week, there was a pass where Geno tried to hit him on a deep shot, and he wasn't running full speed until he realized the ball was coming to him. Well, by that time, it's too late. So when he's trying to catch up to it, the ball sails over his head. So someone sitting in the stands is like, oh, Geno overthrew him. Well, not really. He didn't take off immediately. So that was one day, and I noticed
communication issue right there.
Right. And then the next day, he has a play where he doesn't come back to the ball, and it gives time for Isaiah Palomar to go and intercept it, right? I mean, because he should go back to the ball, high point it, and take out the airspace. Instead, he just waited for it, and he was going to watch it come into his hands, and Isaiah made a really good play. And then the next day, you see him making his quick turn, break out of his turn, and then all of a sudden he's coming back to the ball. He's making his hands, he's putting his hand, just like it's on the screen right now. He's making it available to go and get the ball as opposed to the ball come to him. So you can see little small steps of, okay, he's getting better. He's understanding what he did at Tennessee is not going to cut it in the NFL. So I think he understands that. It's still a work in progress, but it looks like his footwork is getting better, and it looks like his wherewithal of where he is on the field and his hands is getting better as well.
Yes, sir. And regarding obviously his growth and development, there's another rookie receiver we drafted this season in Jack Bech. In your opinion, are they in a battle for wide receiver too, or would that include other receivers too as well, such as Trey Tucker in that battle for wide receiver too?
Yeah, I think Trey's involved in that conversation as well. I think when you see Dante on the field, you probably won't see Jack Bech on the field at the same time. I think that there'll be a combination, and then there could be a time when you see Dante, trying to stretch the field and Bech work in the middle of the field. But I just think that both those guys, they're getting some burn. They're starting to learn. Bech has really been running with the twos more times than not so far. But I mean, he's a guy that's a tough dude. He's willing to block. He plays special teams, so I think that's going to get him on the field pretty early. I would definitely not sleep on Bech. I actually think that he'll probably make a bigger impact year one with the Raiders than Thornton. Thornton might make the splash plays, but I think that Besh might make the plays that are needed to be made, like the blocking, like the 3rd and 8, picking that up, and going across the middle, not minding taking a hit. This dude is tough as nails. That's the thing that I really like about Jack Besh is his toughness is kind of underrated, and I think the Raider Nation is going to get to know how tough he is sooner rather than later.
Oh yeah, I definitely witnessed that firsthand yesterday. He's not scared to catch the ball in traffic at all.
No,
you can see that his physicality at the catch point.
Yep,
like he doesn't play with that. Like strong hands when it comes to that. He definitely has the physicality at the catch point, and he's physical.
Yep. So and every day after practice, he's on the jugs machine. Every single day after practice, even when he has to go talk to the media, he'll talk to the media. Then he'll run over to the jugs machine and get on it. I mean, he is not going to slow down. He is not going to stop working. And that's a positive as well.
He kind of seems like one of those ones that he has that extra oomph to him to keep going. Like he has that max in him as a receiver.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I could kind of see that.
Yeah, I like him. I think he's going to be a big impact, man. He's got. I don't want to put a name on it, but to me, he's kind of got like Anquan Bolden type tendencies, where he's really strong and like I said, that impact and that physicality, maybe a little Hines Ward to him, where he's willing to block and go and be the guy that people don't want to engage with him because he might block you a little harder than you like. Like he's kind of got those kind of dudes. Now those guys obviously had very good NFL careers, long NFL careers, so I don't really want to put those names on it, but just the toughness and the strength is kind of really the example I'm trying to make with those guys.
What about the Trey Tucker of the situation? Like with him being out there, and I know we talked about the Dante Thornton thing, but Trey Tucker's been there. He's been in the system. Now he's got a quarterback who can get him the ball.
Right.
So, like, I hope that is a thing that makes him a bigger piece in the offense, because, I mean, he could really be somebody that could really do it too because, like we said, he's been in the NFL and he has that speed of Thornton. He just doesn't have the size. But as we can see, at times he'll go up and get the ball at times too. So I really want to see what they could do with him at the same time.
Yeah, he's an interesting player, man, because he does have that speed. He doesn't have the size, as you mentioned, but he doesn't always have to do the same thing. I mean, that's the thing. Since he's been in the league, he's been a one-trick pony. And I'm not even putting that on him. I'm putting that on the play callers. I'm putting that on the quarterback. Sometimes he's running wide open. The quarterback can't hit him. There's times that the quarterback did hit him, but he had to wait for the ball. And so a 30-yard gain could have been a touchdown as opposed to just a 30-yard gain. So I think that Trey is in a good position this year with Chip Kelly as offensive coordinator. I think you're going to see a lot of different ways that they get him the ball. I don't think he's going to be a guy that's strictly going to stretch the field. I think they'll do that with Dante more year one, and then they'll find ways to wide receiver screen, end arounds, just all kind of quick hitters and get him in space and get him opportunity to use that speed to his advantage. The thing about Chip Kelly being the offensive coordinator, he's got so many elements from the college game as well. So he knows how to use these guys and especially knows how to use them in space. So I think Trey Tucker has an opportunity to be a really good player. Geno seems like he's already got a nice little chemistry with him. He hit him on a couple deep balls going back to, I think, Sunday's practice. And it just, I like what I see. I just want to see some more of it. But I think that Chip Kelly really is the X factor where he has a know-how of getting these guys involved offensively and being able to use multiple guys to do multiple things. And that, I think, is going to be refreshing because Raider Nation hasn't been able to see that from their offense in a very, very long time.
Yeah. Yeah, I can agree with that for sure. And like you said, it's going to be a whole lot of different options and weapons to work with right there. And I know last year a key focal point clearly was Brock Bowers in the offense. In your opinion, is that going to take away from his year two success or his year two growth in becoming officially that what we would say the number one tight end in football?
No, not at all. I think Brock Bowers is going to be as advertised. I think you're going to see a heavy dose of Brock. You're going to see a heavy dose of Ashton Jeanty as well. But I really expect that Brock is going to be that guy. And really, you saw a lot of that. Even at practice on Monday, you saw Brock make some really tough contested catches that the coverage was great. It's just a better throw and a better catch. I mean, Brock is that guy. And I think he's going to continue to get better. He caught a lot of passes from Minshew, O'Connell, and Desmond Ridder last year. Now having a competent quarterback in Geno Smith, consistent quarterback, that's only going to do wonders for him. And again, going back to the offensive play caller, right? Setting him up for success. That's the biggest thing. We look at the numbers and Jacoby went over 1,000. You saw Brock go over 1,000, and you say, okay, well, they're going to have Genty too. So how is this offense going to work? I think it's going to be a lot better. I think they're going to have a lot more sustained drives, and I think that you're going to see Bowers still put up a big season. I think Jacoby's still going to have a big season. Ashton's going to do a lot of heavy lifting, running the ball and catching the ball in the backfield. Like, I think this offense has a chance to be really good. And honestly, I'd call it the strength of the team right now, which is funny because last year, the strength of the team, no doubt about it, was going to be the defense. Obviously, they got hit with a lot of injuries, but they still were the strength of the team.
Yeah. And speaking of strengths, I want to go down to weak points. In your opinion, what would be probably the position that worries you the most at this time?
I wouldn't consider it like worried. I would just say that it's still TBD, and that's just still the secondary, the corners. I mean, who's gonna hold down those spots? I think that they have a lot of talent, all those guys. I just don't know who's going to be the starters right now. And like I said, when we see DCAM running with the ones, we see Stokes running with the ones, we see Jacorian Bennett running with the twos and even threes, you start to wonder because he was playing some really good ball. I don't know how comfortable he is in this system right now, and I think that's something that he's got to have to continue to work on. But you're seeing Darian Porter, the rookie, out there with the ones. So there's a lot of unknown with that position, but I think there's still a lot of talent. It's just who's going to be that guy. And then don't forget, Nate Hobbs is in Green Bay now. So that nickel corner, who's that going to be? Right. I think Darnay Holmes has the lead there, but again, that's still TBD. We've seen Jeremy Chin come in and walk up from the safety position and hold down the slot. We've seen Jamal Adams from the linebacker position line up in the slot and then attack the quarterback. So, I mean, I think that Patrick Graham's going to get very creative with this defense, and especially because it is relatively young, try to disguise a little bit of the youth on that defense and be able to really take advantage with some of the key veterans that they have as well.
Yeah. And like you said, one thing I noticed too is Pete Carroll isn't scared to play his young players right away. Right. If he feels they're ready, he's going to put them out there. Now, one guy who, when I was over there day one, that I heard making noise and I witnessed making noise, and today as well, I believe he got an interception in practice, is Greedy Vance, UDFA from Louisville, Florida State, and USC. In your opinion, is he making enough noise to where he can make an impact, possibly not just making the 53, but do you think he has a shot even at that slot position?
I mean, I think anything's possible. I think we'll start to learn a lot more when they get into preseason games, and guys like Greedy will get more burn than he's getting right now and who he's running with right now. But he's making plays, right? We're seeing guys come up with interceptions. We're seeing Lonnie Johnson Jr. come up with. There's another guy I haven't even mentioned. He's come up with multiple interceptions so far. Yeah, I think all these guys have opportunities. That's the thing about it. Like, we just don't know. That's why it's not, like I said, it's not a concern. I'm not worried about the position. I'm just interested in it to see how it's all going to play out and who's going to end up being the lead dogs in those spots. But I think that they have plenty of talent in that cornerback room and even in the safety room. I think that they have plenty of talent to go around.
Yeah.
I think one of the biggest things I think that we did though was putting the veterans in the middle of the defense with that linebacker core, with the Devin Whites and the Jermaine Pratts. And how we did that in the middle of that line, E-Rob. I know that's your man from how we hear him. I love that how you put that segment on too. I mean, how you put that little clip on every show, but how they put the veterans in the middle of the defense to be able to secure that as far as the run behind the D tackles. When you got the guys on the outside that's young, you got the guys behind you that's young. Now you got Chin, you got Jamal Adams, but you're going to move all over the field. So I think that was smart how they put the vets in the middle, and like how they have been talking, like Devin White's been balling in camp, and that's a good thing to have that piece in the middle right there like that with those guys on the outside. So I feel like having them in the teeth of the defense is a big thing for us.
Yeah, no, there is. That's a great observation right there. And all those guys are making plays. E-Rob's out there, as you mentioned, Devin White, Jermaine Pratt, Jamal Adams. I mean, these guys all have an opportunity. And look, we're even seeing Tommy Eichenberg out there, playing at a pretty high level. And obviously he's a young dude coming from Ohio State, former 5th round pick. So, we'll see what he brings to the table as well. But I agree. I think that the veterans there in the middle at that linebacker position is going to help the secondary. It's going to help the safeties with the youth. It's going to help It's going to help the team in general because they know, especially E-Rob, he knows what Patrick Graham wants. Like he talked to us and said that, he sees Patrick Graham installing a certain defense and he says, okay, do you want me to do this? And Patrick's like, yeah, not yet though, right? These guys aren't ready yet. Well, I know that you understand what's coming next, but it's got to go in steps, right? These guys got to pick up this. They got to pick up step 1 before we can get to step 2. So I think that the veterans being able to understand the defenses that Patrick Graham is trying to run is only going to help. And like you said, there is youth on that defensive side of things, but with the veterans being there at the linebacker position, I think that is smart the way that they constructed this. And again, Pete Carroll knows what he's doing. If you go back and look at what he did at Seattle when he took over, he kept the defensive line coach and he kept the defensive coordinator and the special teams coach. And if you look at what he did this year with the Raiders taking over, he kept the defensive coordinator, kept the defensive line coach, and he kept the special teams coordinator, right? So again, knowing what he wants and knowing how to get it, that's what Pete Carroll's showing.
Yeah.
Robbie Leonard is a guy too.
Oh,
I
man.
see how they love Robbie Leonard.
Yeah. And I'm happy with even the new addition coaches that he brought in. Like a key one, in my opinion, which is going to be a huge factor, is John Glenn, our linebacker coach.
Yep.
In my opinion, I feel like that was a huge get, in my opinion, which I know a lot of people see some of the signings we got and they're saying, like the Devin White signing. Some people may love it, some people may hate it and say,
right,
oh, I love that signing maybe 3-4 years ago. But the fact of the matter is Pete Carroll and John Glenn are guys that know how to find and mold and even revamp linebackers.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think Glenn is fantastic, right? And again, I'm not going to really question too much on the defensive side of things because those guys that are the coaches there are proven coaches that have been there, done that, understand what they're looking for. Even Coach Robertson, the cornerbacks coach, he knows what he's doing, right? He's been and Joe Woods, right? And he's another coach that's the secondary coach, been fantastic, right? Part of the no-fly zone. So you got coaches that help create the no-fly zone in Denver, and you also have coaches that created the Legion of Boom in Seattle, right? I mean,
that's a great mix.
What else do you want? Right, coaches that have been there, done that, and have the experience to be able to tell these guys, this is how you have to do it. This is what we need to get out of you and what we're looking for. They have a lot of good experience, man. And look, at the end of the day, they can have a lot of positivity. We could talk about everything that's going to be great and rainbows and puppy dogs. They just got to go and put it together on the field, right? I mean, that's the bottom line. They're going to have to go put it together on the field. They're going to have to learn how to communicate. They're going to have to stay healthy, and they play in a tough division. But all in all, the direction that this team is going feels like, again, going back to, does it feel different or does it feel right? It definitely feels right, in my opinion.
Most definitely.
I agree with that. And another big question mark, in my opinion, that before is a lot of the rankings. In your opinion, do you think it's kind of wishy-washy or awkward when they give very high or low rankings to teams when it could be, for example, the defense? It's a lot of new players added to that defense. I don't think it's really fair for some media outlets or even some content creators to give those type of rankings without knowing what this team looks like together. It might even be a completely new position group altogether.
Yeah, it's the off season. It's the off season. It's the dead period. That's when all the rankings come out. That's when all the list comes out. And, we've had plenty of our own. And with me at ESPN, I've had plenty there. And, I get it. But at the end of the day, the Raiders aren't going to get high rankings from anyone when you're a 4-win team, right? When you're a 4-win team, on top of that, you're not going to get high rankings. Now, a lot of people believe that Genty is going to be fantastic. A lot of people believe that Brock Bowers is fantastic. A lot of people nationally think that Pete Carroll is a hell of a head coach, but they also think that, well, it's a tough division, right? And so you had 3 teams that made it to the playoffs last year. So who's going to take a step back in order for the Raiders to take a step up and possibly make the playoffs? So that's going to be their big challenge. I've been very, as a matter of fact, I think 8 or 9 wins should be realistic for them year one. And if you get to 8 or 9 wins, you can easily get to 10, right? Especially if you get to 8 or 9 early in December, you've got an opportunity, but you got to put yourself in position. So, you got to start the season off smooth. You can't stumble out of the gates and go like 0-4, because then you're playing catch up the rest of the season. But if you start out, you go 1-1, 2-1, 2-2, maybe go on a couple game winning streak. Like looking at the schedule, like week 4, 5, and 6, I have those penciled in as dubs, right? You got the Bears, the Colts, and Tennessee. I think that they should win those games, but it don't matter what I think or you think. They've got to go out there and do it. right? And
Yeah,
so
they
they got
gotta
to get out
execute.
out of the gates. They got to come out hot. They can get into the bye week after playing in Kansas City, and they're like 4-3 or 5-2. You know, best case scenario, whatever. Then all of a sudden you're looking at like, hey man, the second half of the season is right there. You need 5 more wins. Can you find 5 more on the schedule? You could be a playoff team. So the key
Yeah.
is going to be starting really, really strong for this team. And we hear that every year, and every year they don't do that. They blew the opportunity that they had last year, right? They were 1-1 after 2 weeks, coming home, taking on Carolina, who just benched their quarterback, and they got blasted, right? And so they can't do that. They can't let that happen. Then they end up going on to lose 10 in a row, and we all know how that all played out. You can't do that. But
Yeah.
if they start off strong, win a couple games, like what if they go to DC and beat the Commanders? That's going to be a game that they're definitely
I'm hoping
underdogs in. But if they go there and win that
Yeah.
game, all right, how do you
Trey's
come
gonna be
back?
there at that game. Yeah.
Right.
I'm
Well,
gonna
how do you
be
come
there.
back
He
and
over
play
for that one.
Chicago? Are you going to play at a high level, or are you going to,
Yeah.
think that your S doesn't stink and you're going to just show up and think you're going to clock in for work and get a dub? It don't work that way in the NFL.
Yeah,
Like you
can't
said,
play to the level of the competition.
I
Can't
think
do
that like you said, man, I think it's different. I think
Yeah.
it's different. We got a
Feels
different
like it.
feeling. It's a different feel.
Mhm.
But like I hear a lot of people call the show. Like we said this a lot of years.
Yeah.
And it's felt different a
Yeah.
lot of times. But for some reason, this one feels like it has a different feel to it. Like we got the right people in
But
the
that's
right
it. It
places.
feels right. It's like I said, it doesn't feel just different. It feels right. And
Yeah.
that's something that I think is the difference maker. And I think it feels right
Yeah.
because there's a track record of it being right with this head coach. And that's something you didn't have that track record with McDaniels. Bisaccia was an interim. You sure didn't have the track record with Antonio Pierce. Like, I mean, well, and then even Gruden. Gruden, the first thing he did 2.0 was get rid of Khalil Mack, and everyone's like, "Whoa, what the hell?" So that already left a bad taste in everyone's mouth. And then, I mean, it felt like it never recovered. And when it was getting good again, that's when he got ousted. So, it just kind of felt like it was all bad from the jump.
Yes, sir. And I know you got a busy schedule, Q, so I don't want to take up too much of your time here. We appreciate you for joining us. Is there anything you got to promote before we let you go?
Just everything I got cooking, man. I'm always doing something, right? Got some more shows to do in a little bit this evening. Got some, I'll have another edition of the Locked On Raiders podcast tomorrow morning. I'll be at the Raiders are off tomorrow, so there's no practice tomorrow. But ESPN, I'll be out doing those shows again. I'm doing Joe and Q for a couple more shows, and then Rich Eisen's coming back, and I'll go back to Game Night on ESPN at night, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific time, which is cool. And then, of course, my daily radio show, Unnecessary Roughness on Radio Nation Radio 920. So, yeah, I'm always busy, man. I'm always, doing something. But that's the way to be.
You coming to Washington, man?
I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I'll figure it out. I might. I haven't been there yet, so I'd like to go there.
Hey, you come to Washington, man. At least got one drink on me.
Done deal. Done deal. That might have sealed the deal right there.
All right, but we appreciate you for joining us. Like I said earlier, it was an honor, man, and hopefully we get to see more great things and hear more great things. And make sure everybody y'all tune in to Q's everything he got going on. He got a whole lot of shows. I can't even go down the list right now, but we appreciate you.
Hey, no problem, man. Y'all keep up the good work. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you. All right, that was the legend, your boy Q right there, man. That was dope, bro. That was dope. This is
good insight too.
Oh yeah, this was an interview that for the longest, man, we were hoping we would make happen, man. I would say, to at least when I first started podcasting, that was Q's definitely somebody that I've been wanting to have on the show for a minute. And like you had mentioned earlier too, it's somebody you had want to get on the show. But hey, hopefully he does take your word on that in Washington, bro, and he gets that drink for you, bro.
Yeah, man. Definitely, man. I'm if he do take me up on it, I'm definitely gonna extend that offer for sure.
Yeah,
it's be a good one.
Yeah, but yeah, brother, there's a lot of key players that made some plays out there. Shoot, the biggest play of practice, in my opinion, was that Geno Thornton, bro. And from what I've seen, there was some risers so far, bro. There's definitely been some key performers in camp. We didn't get to get too much into it at the moment, but I'll definitely break it down. Obviously, you got to talk about QB1. QB1 was definitely somebody that's making an impact, and you're noticing it right away, bro.
Yeah.
Some of these throws, bro, they just it's great defense. We got some of our potential stars out there, and he just putting it in windows where, hey man, only the receiver could get it. It's just that nice, bro.
Yeah, the accuracy is on point. I've been
Yeah.
seeing that. And I've been seeing that, from the stuff that we can see from the people that's out there. They can't show us the videos, but from how they talk, but when we got to see that one that he threw to Brock, when he had, and that was actually the one that Q was talking about. What D-Cam was on him, that Devin White was talking about. It was the one to Brock. So Brock, it wasn't Thornton. Brock beat him like that's one you got to be like, kind of got to get that one to him. But like Devin White said, you still got to make that play. But no, he's dropping dots. And it was like D-Cam was in a hell of a position. Yeah, he's in a hell of a position, man.
Yeah, and it's crazy to think, man. Like, in your opinion, what are your thoughts, bro? Like, do you think? Are you impressed with what you're hearing so far with Cameron Richardson? Do you think it's still early in camp, or do you think he's making that leap? It's that year 2 leap because he was throwing the fire early, just like Ja'Cory was his rookie year. Same exact way.
But I think he's making that leap. I definitely think he's making that leap, and I think it's the bad leap for Ja'Cory.
Yeah.
Like that kind of pushes him down a little bit further. Like, because like we heard Q say, not one time did he say Ja'Cory got one run with the ones. You know what I'm saying? So that's something to look into with that. Like, I do hope they keep JB around. I hope they keep JB around. Please let them keep JB around. But to hear that about D-Cam after what we seen last year, like, that's really enlightening. That really makes me feel a lot better about some things, bro.
Oh, yeah. And the one guy that he's making an impact early, too, the other young guy is the rookie, man, Darian Porter. In my opinion, from what I've seen so far, I'm impressed. Even that deep ball pass to Thornton. Yeah, we got one. Even that deep ball pass to Thornton. Thornton got elite 4.3 speed, bro, and he was able to keep up with them. Now, granted, like I said, Gino just he put ball somewhere where he dropped it in the bucket, bro. You can't do nothing about that. But honestly, bro, like I had mentioned last week, last year was his first year playing the cornerback position. Before that, he was strictly receiver, bro. He was strictly a receiver. So to see him doing that, and I had questions when we first signed him, and I found that out. I was a little skeptical about it, but if we're being real, ain't no fluke, bro. Yeah. Technique, everything. He's like that, bro. He's like that. And in my opinion, I might be jumping the gun here, but I think he might solidify himself as CB1 this year. If Ja'Cory don't get that spot, I think
he's been running with the ones.
Yeah.
No lower than the twos. JB been running with the twos. No 2s and 3s, no higher than the 2s. Like, that's kind of like now, like they said, like Q said, preseason can change that. Preseason can change that. So we gotta wait till we get through preseason. Like they said too, it's only day 2 of pads. Like, we really gotta see once we get to this joint practice and stuff with the 49ers, we gonna really see what's going on. Like that we right now. I'm loving what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I'm loving what I'm hearing, and I know
that means it's a real battle.
Definitely. And one thing I will say too that we notice every year, just like there's some great reps from some players, there's some that are bad reps, but we got to keep in mind they're going up against each other. It's our offense versus our defense. So either way, somebody got to win, somebody got to lose, and sometimes somebody may lose bad. So I'm not going to pull up the clip. I'm not going to pull up that clip, but shout out my guy at Rundown. He in the building as well as others. Where my guy at?
Shout out Rundown.
The comments. Shout out my guy Rundown. But he going viral today with a clip of Devin White and Ashton Jeanty, and obviously it looked a little crazy.
There you go, cuz. I had to show my cuz shirt real quick.
Yeah,
put him on. I see him in the chat.
I see
him in the chat. Shout out cuz. Shout out my homeboy AB, man. Forever Classic. He got his stuff going.
Yeah.
He got his stuff going too. Yeah. I just wanted to do that real quick. Fat Phil, shout out. I'm just now seeing the chat. My bad, everybody. Rundown, my guy. You already know. No, I had it on full screen, so I couldn't even see it myself.
Yeah,
I just wanted. I ain't mean to cut you off, Mike, man.
You good, brother? You good, man? All good. But yeah, there's some like I was saying, there's some plays where some people may look bad. Now, my guy Rundown went viral today for a clip. It was a one-on-one rep, Ashton Genty versus Devin White, where he kind of got parked. I ain't gonna lie to you. He got parked. Shit happens.
I'm gonna say something funny about that after this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something funny about that after this.
The only thing I'm gonna say is, let's be real, guys. When we signed Devin White, we did not get him with the intention to cover. He gonna be in there on rundowns. We got him for his specialty, blitzing, run stuff, and tackling, bro. He gonna be a menace in that run game.
Yeah.
What was you gonna say after that, bro? What you have regarding that?
I was gonna say because Devin White in his post game, his post practice little press conference, they asked him, they was like, "Yo, did Ashton Genty get you at all?" He was like, "No, he beat me." Yeah. And I seen the clip. I had seen the clip before I even watched it.
Hey,
but like, yo, you gotta get a young man that. Don't tell the world he ain't get you.
Yeah,
when it's out there.
Bro,
you know?
But no, it happens, bro. Like people get got sometimes.
Like he said, he trying to put him on. He trying to, like, that's little bro. Like he said, man, I'm trying to teach him everything I know. But little bro got you. But it's all good.
Yep. And just like little bro got him, from what I heard, he might have got Genty. It wasn't not running the ball or nothing, but it was something which Ashton himself mentioned that he may need to work on. And that's the wrong graphic. And if I'm not mistaken, that's pass protection, bro.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that what it could have been his welcome to the NFL moment. And I have a clip actually of Genty talking about that, if I'm not mistaken, with NFL Network.
Defense, you got some really good players on the defensive side of the ball. Today was the first day of popping. How'd it feel going up against Max Crosby? Devin White, I seen Devin White flying around. He's slapping his helmet, going crazy.
E-Rob, you got some veterans out there.
How I feel going up against that defense today?
Yeah, we got some dogs out there, but I'm loving it because it's competition. We're competing out there. Max is, almost impossible to block. E-Rob, he's physical. He's banging in them A-gaps, coming ready to tackle. Devin White, he's a dog. He can cover. He can tackle, all that. I had to pick him up in the A-gap, man, bull rush me. But, I'm learning what it's like to really play pro football.
Yeah.
That was actually the Raider training camp.
Oh, the Raiders. Okay. Well, either way, that was great content right there. Great interview from Ashton Genty. And, that right there, it may not be that you got tackled or something, but sometimes even in moments like this, pass protection, that could have been a welcome to NFL moment where, hey, he got to learn, like, hey, bro, this the big boys now. These grown men. It's not young adults or kids, like some would say. These grown men that they playing for money. Just like you playing for money now, they playing for money, and they trying to get their coin. So if that means making some change out of you, they're going to do that. They're going to do that, bro. And it happens.
Yeah,
it happens.
That's part of football, man.
Yeah. It's a part of football, and people got to realize, like, hey, even though this person may have looked bad on this rep, it's just one rep. They're more than likely going to see each other again the next day, and the next day, up until obviously when we get to joint practices and we see the Niners, and then when we get to preseason, we see other teams as well.
It's always on to the next rep.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. And shit happens. Obviously, they mentioned today also there was a little bit of a squabble between JB and another player, and Max got involved too. I'm sure he was more than excited. I bet. I'm not sure you seen his podcast episode a couple weeks ago where he said,
"Yeah, I did." He's invited. He can't wait till we had that joint practice with the 49ers.
Bro, he was on 10, bro. He was on 10, bro. And besides being ready to fight, bro, he just loves contact in general, bro. That man was excited to see the field, excited to see contact, bro.
Yeah.
He was really excited to see contact. And here's a clip of Max, bro. Check this out. Look at this. This dude's a maniac, bro.
Can't wait to see a lot of those this year.
The window, yeah, I hope to see a lot of doors kicked down this year for sure, bro. But that man Max is a maniac, bro. Not only was he excited to hit, bro, he was excited to get hit. I don't know too many people that get excited to get hit.
It's just the contact, you know. He wanted to, you know, it's back. I mean, football is back. Like Q's on his show, he got Big Link on there, Big Lincoln Kennedy, pause, you know. He said once the pads come on, that's when football is on. Like it ain't football in t-shirts and shorts. You know what I'm saying? It's when the pads come on. So
yeah, bro. And we've seen it, bro. It's only day 2, and I've seen already some good hits. I was on, well, technically I was on the phone on the Unfiltered Truth yesterday with both Phil Robinson, Phil Jones, and they asked me a few questions on the camp. They asked me what were some of the hits that I noticed right away. Devin White definitely had a couple of them. One of them was obviously a pass pro with Genty. He met him right there at the line. Another one that I seen, and nobody really talks about him much too, and he's also in a position battle for the linebacker spot, is Jalen Smith. Jalen Smith, yeah, he had a, yeah, hey, he had. I'm not sure who. I couldn't tell from the number. It was from a distance, but he made it. He made a nice pass breakup. That contact right there, he broke it up away. That was arguably the nicest hit I would say that I've seen in camp from day 1. Now, day 2, obviously, I know they did mention that E-Rob met Genty at the line of scrimmage. I'd hope the Raiders could possibly post that footage, but who knows? Either way, whatever content he put up is going to be great.
They said he met him at the line of scrimmage, but then the next
they said the big hit.
Genty found a cutback, and they said he was gone for like 15 yards.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, they said very next play. The very next play, he put a move on him and gone for like 15 yards. So, like, that's a good thing to hear. You know, when you hear your running back, and then you heard Devin White talking about him, he's finding, you know what I'm saying, back cuts and all this stuff, and he's cutting, and he's so small that you don't see him till he's hitting the hole. You know what I'm saying? Pause.
Yeah.
But, you know.
I mean, well, anyway, we'll get later on, bro. But what's it called? Yeah, man. Yeah, iron sharpens iron, like you said, bro. It's iron sharpens iron, and
to hear the defense not winning every freaking day, it's going back and forth, makes me feel better this year. Like, because last year all you heard was the defense did this, the defense did that. Offense, Aiden O'Connell Gardner Minshew threw another pick. Like, we're not hearing that this year, even from Aiden O'Connell. Like, you're hearing it like even Pete Carroll's like, nah, Aiden O'Connell is giving, you know, he's giving some reps. He's giving some runs. Like I'm feeling, I cannot wait till next week for that first preseason game. Like, we got so many rookies and so many people that I want to see in this game that, like, I cannot wait till that game gets here, bro. Because we're hearing all this stuff, but it does not mean anything until we're playing against somebody that doesn't know what we're doing on the other side.
And that's the beauty of it, bro. In my opinion, you get to really see right there, not just is it football, but you get to see who's battling out, who actually has a shot at making this team, who has a shot at starting on this team. Because, like you said earlier, anybody has a shot really this year. They're all competing. Yeah. And there's a lot of guys in that cornerback room, in that running back room, even receivers. There's a lot of competition going on. Yeah. And even another one that we haven't really tapped into yet is the D-line room. Now, some people may say there's now a massive hole. Pause. There's a massive hole now in the D-line, and we got to figure out what we're going to do. But in my opinion, I think we're going to do just fine. I think we're going to do just fine, not only with who we brought back, but also who we added with the rookies that we brought in. Yeah. Now, one guy that a lot of people haven't really are sleeping on right now, but he's stepping up, and Q and others have mentioned is Jonathan Lualu. And they actually asked him, in his opinion, does he feel the pressure regarding possibly having to step up? And here's that clip, actually. Let me find it.
There's obviously been a little bit of controversy outside of this building involving the defensive line. So what has that conversation been within your room of defensive linemen, just to keep that as outside noise and just to focus on what you got here?
The most important thing is just to control the controllables. Ignore the outside noise. There's always going to be outside noise. We're the Raiders. People are always going to have something to say about us, and just putting our heads down, just getting to work. No matter what nobody says, it's us versus the world. That's the mentality we have, and we're coming out here to compete this season.
Yeah,
that's big. And from hearing and I don't know if you got the clip, but did you hear what Adam Butler had to say about him?
Yeah,
and Max. Like
Yeah.
two people had to say, and Patrick Graham and the defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Like what they had to say about how this kid has been playing, man. Like he's putting it together. And I think that
Figuring it out
we got
quick.
some things on this D line that our defense is gonna surprise some people. Like we don't have the names, just like the offense. Like we don't have the names and all that. We're gonna surprise some people because they're gonna think that, it's the Raiders.
Yeah.
But it's a whole different thing. It's a whole different thing. Like
Yeah.
Q said, man, things are actually right. We got the right people in the right places, from the front office all the way down to the coaching staff, to the players, to people that's probably going to be on the practice squad. I feel like
Yeah.
everything is moving in the right direction. Finally, for
Right.
one time,
Right.
since I've really been I've been a fan, bro, since 2001, bro, and
Mhm.
it's been like,
Yeah.
I love it.
It's been
bro.
a, it's
I
been a
ain't
real
getting mad at
emotional
it, bro.
roller coaster, bro. It's been
Yeah.
crazy. It's been real crazy.
I'm
And,
tired of my friends talking crazy to me, bro. I really am. Like, it's
Yeah.
time for a change.
It's time for a change. And another person who mentioned felt the same way was Adam Butler. Like you said in his presser earlier, he said something real key. Paul Gutierrez quoted him saying that he wasn't happy. Pretty much, he wasn't happy with his situation, bro. He wasn't happy with the fact he wasn't starting, and he looked himself in the mirror and figured out, what do I need to do? What do I need to change? And he figured it's the mindset. You got to change that mindset. And in my opinion, he's changing the mindset for the right direction, bro. And it's going to help big time. It's going to help real big time in the right way. And I feel like he's going to make a serious impact, as well as Lualu. And
Yes.
if we're looking at that D line as a whole, like that front four, bro, shoot, at Butler, Lualu, Max, and obviously we're gonna get Malcolm back, bro.
Yeah.
Man,
And we got to put Tyree in there, because
Yeah.
the way and look, hold on, for everybody in here that watched the show last week when when we had other things go on, and I was talking about the Max situation and Tyree Wilson. I see Max really working with Tyree now. Like,
Yeah.
they're really locking in. Like, so I wanna rewind that, take that back. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, Max is really he's really trying to pull him under his wing now and really trying to teach him, like, yo, we gonna do this. But by seeing that, you can see that Max sees something in this defense. He sees
Facts.
something. He like, yo, if I can pull other people in and we can get all this together to where this defense is really it doesn't have to be top 5, top 7 to goddamn 12. That's all we
Yeah.
need, man. And the offense can click.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, right now, ESPN, if I'm not mistaken, has our front 7 ranked 13th currently in the league, and that's without seeing what they do together as a full unit. Because obviously, a few guys, Max and Coonson included, were out for a good amount of time. So we're gonna get to see what they do together as a unit. And now there are gonna be guys that obviously start and guys that don't, but you're gonna see that D line is gonna be rotating, bro. That's one thing that Pete Carroll likes, is he likes keeping his guys fresh. So you're gonna constantly see a rotation right there. Now I don't know how Max is gonna feel about that. We'll see though. Maybe he realized that, hey, nah, you stay out there. Everybody else work around. But in my opinion, I think that's one thing that, who knows, maybe Max himself may realize too, where it's like, hey, bro, maybe I don't need to be out there 99% of the time.
you're getting older.
That's where it's wear and tear. It's
Yeah,
wear and tear.
You're getting older, so you gotta dial it back. Like,
Yeah,
Father
and it's
Time
like-
is gonna make you dial it back.
Yeah, and
So
it's like we want to make sure you're healthy, bro, because it's like not only do do you want to playoff push? We want to playoff push, and we want to see you a part of that. We want to see you playing in late December, late in January. We want to see you over there playing.
We know Coach.
In order for us to get there, you got to be there too.
Yeah,
you got to be there too, bro.
And that might be the thing that they're telling him, like, look, you've been playing 1 million snaps already. So let's say you take it back a little bit. Maybe we actually got the energy for us to make that push, because you're not giving it all at the beginning of the season. We can have you at the end of the season when we really need you to rush the passer in the wintertime. So you got all that. But at the same time, Kuntz has to, pick it up. Tyree has to pick it up. And whoever else is going to be, what is it? I forgot the other guy with the J. With the other DN we got.
The DN, slipped my mind.
It's slipping my mind right now.
Not Snowden. It's not Snowden. Who else?
Not Snowden. With the J, his name start with the J, man. No disrespect to you right now. I just can't think of it right now. You know what I'm saying? But real talk, man. We got the pieces, but people just have to be able to give Max a break, because if he see y'all out there crashing the pocket while he's on the sideline, he'll feel comfortable with not having to be out there. That's the thing. When he's not out there, he's not seeing nobody just wrecking shop like he would
in the driver's seat. He wants to feel comfortable being able to be in the back seat at times, or you get me? He wants to be able to be comfortable knowing, like, okay, somebody else can hold down the fort for a couple plays if I need to go get some water real quick or something.
Yes. And that's
there it is.
Robinson.
Yes. Shout out Pillaging for fun with that.
Yes.
Ja Joyner. There it is.
Ja Joyner. That's what I was talking about. Yeah, my man. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Ja Joyner. I knew it was a J. Ja Joyner.
It slipped my mind, and that's a guy earlier in the year that I was.
My bad, Ja.
Yeah.
I knew who you were, but I just couldn't think of the name, bro.
Oh, hey, only Ja knows.
But Janarius Robinson too.
Yeah.
Janarius Robinson. Is he gone?
Too.
Or is he still there? Is he still there? I don't think he's still there.
Yeah.
I think somebody picked him up. They went crazy last year, so a lot of them got picked up. Chase on and all of them.
Yeah.
But Ja Joyner was who I was talking about.
Yeah.
Ja Joyner.
I didn't really see too much yesterday at practice from Ja Joyner, but it's no disrespect to him. It's just obviously there's so many people trying to get PT and get playing time during those sessions, bro, that sometimes you may not get as many reps as you'd like. But obviously day 2 took place today, so it might be something different. Maybe he got reps today and we didn't get a chance to see it, but he's one guy that I hope does get a shot at making it. Now it's going to be interesting now. Maybe he does have a better chance, seeing that they are considering playing Tyree on the inside as a 3-tech a lot more often.
Yeah.
Maybe that betters Ja Joyner's chances of making this team and getting in that rotation.
Everybody like that, man, they got to be great special teams people, because that's how you get on this team, and then you find a spot.
Yeah.
You find a spot.
Get in where you fit in, bro. That's how it is. You get where you fit in.
Like we was talking about, Mike, man, and like Q said, that's crazy about that D Cam and Devin White being cousins, right?
Yeah. Yeah. When you told me that, I was like, that's interesting. And then the fact that he brought it up too, I'm like, wow. Okay.
Like first cousins. Like first cousins, bro. Like,
yeah.
So like that's something that, like, coming into the season, like, I kind of do want to see like a situation where one of them get a pick or one of them get a turnover and then they celebrate together. Like, that's something like, and it's good for us. But I would like to see that, man, knowing that that's a situation on the team. I do want to see them, succeed and be on the team and stay there, bro. Because like I was talking about with him, and I'm gonna ask you about this because you didn't really get to talk about it, but with having those vets in that linebacker room like that, like they're in the middle of the defense. We don't have like we're not gonna say that. No, I'm just playing. My man that's in Atlanta now. I really forgot his name.
But, Diablo.
Divine Diablo.
Divine Diablo.
And Robert Spillane. Like, we have 2 vets. You know what I'm saying? We got 2 vets. And one of them and 2 of them all of them are super athletic vets. You know what I'm saying? Even down to Jermaine Pratt. Like, We really got vets that can actually play the linebacker position. They're not going to be the best in coverage, or maybe they can put them in roles where they can be good because of their, you know what I'm saying, the knowledge that they have. But having that in the middle of the defense, like, bro, you know more about this football situation than me, bro. Like, how big is that? Like, not Mike, but Q said like how good it was, how big it was for us to have it right there, man. You tell me, bro, like what you think, like, because I feel like it's a huge situation for us to have that intelligence right there in the middle of the defense.
Yeah, in center field, in the middle of the defense, it's very important to have that presence right there, especially with your green dot and your fellow linebackers who they know about communication. They know what it takes. Obviously, they've played a few seasons in the league. Now, obviously, there's guys that we brought in. A lot of them, people were questioning, like, oh, but there's a reason why the other teams didn't want them, this and that. But there's a reason why this team wanted them. There's a reason why the mastermind, Pete Carroll, wanted them, bro. If we're being real. Pete Carroll knows what it takes when it comes to linebackers, as does our GM, John Spytek, as does John Glenn. There's a reason why. A lot of people were hating on the Devin White signing and stuff, but if we're being real, I get it. People were not happy about it because, hey, he didn't cut it on the Eagles and he didn't cut it in Houston. But if we're being real, those are both really stacked linebacker units that are young, and also they ran a 4-3 defense. He's not really too familiar with a 4-3. That was something foreign to him going into a 4-3 defense. Now over here in Vegas, we're going to be running closer to like a 4-2-5, if I'm not mistaken. So that's something more closer in his alley, which he's familiar with, and that's why he's fitting and like a glove. Pause. In this situation, he's fitting in right here. And another guy that we could talk about that is actually fitting in, and they converted to a hybrid linebacker, is Jamal Adams. Now, a lot of people didn't know when we signed him, is he going to be a safety? Are they going to use him in the box with it? But so far, having him as a linebacker, bro, that's a big help. That's a big help, and it's definitely revamping. From what I've seen, at least in day one of practice, he looks like old Jamal Adams, his old self when he was a Pro Bowler and making noise. He looked comfortable in his role. He looked real comfortable.
You listen to that, like you said, Mike. You just listen to that. Now, granted, go back, let's say, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And you listen to what we got in that linebacker room right now.
It sounds crazy. It just
they would be like, yo, what the
Yeah.
Real talk.
Yeah, man.
But now having all them back healthy and back, now let's just imagine if we get them from 4 years ago, now that they passed all their injuries, and like Devin White was talking about, the mental stuff he was going through and all that. What if they're there, Mike? What do we have? What would this defense really be if they're there, like mentally, physically?
If they're locked in and they're back to their old ways, bro, we could definitely have a top 5 defense on our hands, bro. It could get real scary.
It
could get real scary.
That's the thing. That's the thing. But see, that's the thing that people are not going to talk about, though.
Yeah.
Like, that's something that's real. Like, bro, if that really happens, even with the corners, like, we got first-round picks out there, like, that's – if everything comes together like we hope and pray that it does, bro, we could really be in for a great season. And that might be why Pete Carroll and them are talking how they are. They might, you was out there. You seen it too. You got to see it live as much as you could, but like you got to see you know what I'm saying? You got to see it. Like, this really might be something different, bro. For real.
Yeah. Oh yeah, bro. It definitely could be something different on our hand. And I'm hoping so, bro. I'm hoping so. And every year we have different turnover with new regimes and stuff every year or two. But I really feel like, even though I know a lot of people say he's old, but Pete's really bringing that stability, bro. Like this, like you said earlier, not only does it feel different, but it feels right.
Yeah.
This feels right, bro. Like this really feels like a real system now. Like this is the way a franchise is supposed to be run, bro. Like there's grown-ups in charge now. It's crazy. It's real crazy to see. and I'm excited, bro, because it's only the beginning, bro. We just started this. Like I said, this the first week of pads. Yesterday was first day of hitting. Today was day 2. It's going to be a lot more thumping on going forward on Thursday and the rest of the week and moving forward. I can't wait to see what they do when they finally start. I believe what is that 2 weeks from now when they have the joint practices with the Niners. Is that right? 2
joint
weeks?
practice with the Niners is 2 weeks from now. We got
Wow.
our first
Time is
preseason
flying,
game
bro.
next week. We got our
Time
first
is flying.
preseason game next week. So we play somebody else next week.
Yeah.
Football
Yeah.
is back. We play somebody else next week.
Bro.
This is
It's flying,
here.
bro. I can't wait. I really can't
cannot
wait. Who's the player you're most excited to see the first game of preseason? Who's the guy you really want to see? It could be unknown, or obviously it could be one of our star players. Who you want to see?
First game of preseason. I'm gonna give you 2 of them: offense and defense.
Okay. Yeah.
And
That works
pretty
perfect.
much, Thornton Jr. and Darian Porter. Those 2.
Thornton and Darian Porter. Okay. Hell
Thornton
yeah.
and Darian Porter, because how they play in that first preseason game will let you know if they playing week 2 and 3.
Okay. Okay. So I'll piggyback back off that, and I'll give you the players I'm excited to see both on offense and defense as well. Offensively, the person I'd want to see the most is Jack Besh. I really want to see what Jack Besh can do. And yeah, bro, because honestly, just alone, first day of pads, bro, I was excited. Like you said, he's not scared to take contact, bro. Like he's
a solid receiver.
Yeah, there was some catching in traffic. I'm not gonna say no names of who threw it, but there was some throws that I was like, but he still brought in the catch, and he securely he didn't get lit up. But hey, man, he's not scared of that contact, because there was a possibility right there in a live situation that could have been bad. And
you can see it in his eyes. He got it, man. You can see it in his eyes. He got it, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like he got, in my opinion, he gonna be one of them killers, like for real, like out there on the field, bro. Like he gonna be one of those guys where you get me, stone cold killer. He all about that action, bro. He not scared to get hit. He knows it was at the end of the day, you in this to get coin, bro. And like he said, if you don't block, you don't get the rock. So he not afraid of the contact. He wants the contact, bro. And I'm excited to see that as well. On defense, another person who I really want to see. Honestly, on defense, bro, I might have to agree with you there. I want to see what Darian Porter could do. I really want to see more Darian Porter, obviously, against other receivers. Now, granted, Jacoby's a great receiver. Thornton's a speedster. We got a solid receiver unit, but I want to see what he does against other matchups as well.
He doesn't know the play on the other side of the field.
Exactly. Where he doesn't know the play, and it's all technique. Now, granted, from what we seen last week, shout out my guy Rundown, our episode of Blunts and Breakdowns.
Shout out Rundown.
We had a chance to break down the film on Darian Porter, and we were impressed, bro. The technique, the footwork, it's there, bro. Now, I might be jumping the gun here saying this, but am I tripping for thinking that Pete Carroll brought him in possibly to be his next?
You're not tripping. You're not tripping. I'm just gonna tell you. I know who you gonna say. You're not tripping, Richard.
Yep. Yeah, bro. Sherm, bro. I don't know. Richard. Man. I'm just. Am I tripping? The athleticism's there. The instinct's there. Like
he thought it was Woolen. And Woolen got it. Don't. I'm not taking nothing away from Woolen, but I think Darian Porter has more of the attributes.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And like we keep saying, 1 year playing corner, bro. Like, and he's this good.
He's only gonna get better with more and more repetition, bro.
And then you got Pete Carroll, the one who created these guys. Not created them, but like elevated their game once they got there.
Yeah, he helped develop their game. I hear you.
So like, I think this the cornerback room and the linebacker room, the two things that we were most worried about, I think are going to be the things that are going to surprise us when we get into the season. The D line is going to be the D line. We know what the D line is.
Yep.
They gonna show up and they gonna show out because Max is gonna make sure they do.
Oh yeah, bro.
Robbie Leonard is gonna make sure they do.
And that's one thing also with not only that we've gotten to see for a few years now with a solid D line, but Pete Carroll, if you've seen most of his defenses over there in Seattle, and as well as SC, if you're an SC fan, he's always had a killer D line, bro. That D line was always put in work, and that's the beauty. It's complementary football, bro. Where obviously, sometimes teams may look bad. Your corners may look bad, but it may be the fact that your trenches aren't putting in work. Your trenches are not beating the opposition in front of them.
Giving them
now,
too
obviously,
much time.
Yeah, you're giving the quarterback too much time, and you're causing your receivers to cover for more than 5 seconds plus, bro. And anything past that, at that point, it's like they're not going to know what to do, especially if they're now running what you call choice routes or just trying to get in space.
Yeah,
just like we said,
D-line has to get to the quarterback.
D-line got to get to the quarterback, and in my opinion, the D-line going to get to the quarterback a lot.
Yeah,
they're going to get to the quarterback a lot.
I think our linebackers are too. That's the crazy thing about these linebackers that we got now. Like, we got D linemen that, they might drop back, and we going like this defense is going to be tricky this year. Just like, because they were talking about that in the press conference. That's one thing that I heard that Pete Carroll was talking about, man. He was basically like what he's seeing from Chip Kelly and Patrick Graham is the design, like they're putting some stuff together. They putting some shit together. They putting some shit together to where, like, I got pieces. He's giving them real chess pieces to where like he can move people everywhere. And you don't know if Chin, Adams, White, Pratt, who's playing linebacker, safety. Like, you're not gonna know
a lot of versatility.
Yeah, you're not gonna know none of that. You might see Max drop back into, you know what I'm saying, a hook curl or something like that, and somebody else like somebody else playing the like it's gonna be something crazy this year, bro. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
Besides that, shoot, I'm excited to see the different blitz packages, the different stunts we pull off, bro.
With Devin White and Jamal
nasty, bro.
With Devin White, those are the two best blitzers that we've seen.
Oh my god, bro! Oh my god, bro! I can't wait. I can't wait, dog.
Hey, look, I cannot wait. Hey, New England better be ready week 1.
Yeah,
we bringing pressure.
Yeah. And I just noticed a comment here by Gotham City Raider. He asked, "You think Adams is making the team this year?" Honestly, yeah, he's absolutely making the team this year. Now, the question is he going to start? In my opinion, that's the question. Is he going to start this year?
Like he said, man, he's a joker. He's not. He doesn't have an actual position. So how can he, you know what I'm saying, be the starter? There's no way he can be the starter and he doesn't have an actual position. They're going to use him in certain situations.
Yeah.
To where. Oh man, I cannot wait. It's gonna get ugly for defense. I mean, for offenses.
Offenses, bro. Offenses. Yep.
For offenses, I agree with bro. That. Like, but now that right there, like, I hope they keep people like Trey Taylor and all them on the practice squad. I hope just go Dogs. I hope they keep my boy Chris Smith there, man. I hope they keep my boy Chris Smith. He might be a casualty, though.
It's possible they keep around, bro. You got to have some special teamers on there as well, bro. You got to have your special
and them guys have been there doing that. They've been there doing that.
And shout out to them, bro, because it's a grind, bro. I know people don't talk about them, but the special teamers, that's a key part of the game too, bro. You got to be able to. You got to be able to.
You can't give that kick return like we seen that. Who was it? Green Bay for some reason. Rich Bisaccia. Like, that whole special teams in the playoffs just, like, forgot how to play special teams. And that was what lost them the game. You know what I'm saying? So that's something you definitely need. It's a big part of the game. It's definitely a big part of the game.
Yeah, and it's like you can't take it for granted, bro, because just as much as you want that starter spot or that rotational player spot, there's somebody that's probably dying to have your spot as that special teamer. There's a practice squad guy or a guy in free that's sitting on the couch or working at Sprouts that's hoping for that job, bro. There's millions of people, millions of players, high school players, thousands of college
take that job.
Yeah, that would love to take that job, but didn't get the opportunity. So So even though your job may be limited, do that job to the best of your ability, bro. Do the job to the best of your ability because that may
That's the
pay out
main
in the
thing.
future. Yeah, that might pay out, and that might make you the guy soon. You maybe not on that team, but maybe on another situation. Maybe people might notice and
Man,
might
like
want to take a chance on
Devontae
you.
said, bro, the film is the film. The
Yeah.
film is the film. You gotta put out good film. Hey, but
Absolutely.
my man was talking about my man Gotham City Raider. He was talking about the 4 tight ends, and
Yeah.
from everything I've been hearing, they're all legit.
Yeah.
They're saying they keep it all
one-on-ones.
4.
On one-on-ones, bro. I don't know who I couldn't tell, and I don't want to say who it was, but on one-on-ones, bro, Ian Thomas he was rounding some shit, bro. He had a couple plays where I was just like, ooh, okay. Okay. And that keep in mind, that's tight end 3 right now. And the other person we not a lot of people speak on too highly of is Michael Mayer, bro. I know a lot of people think he may be trade bait or whatever, but we're not getting rid of Michael Mayer, bro.
He's
I
the
really
best
feel like
blocking
Chip Kelly's
tight end
gonna use
we
him.
got.
Yeah, Chip Kelly. Best believe he's gonna be a part of this offense one way or another. Chip Kelly's gonna find a way to utilize his Big Mike as well, bro.
And that's the one thing people forget. And that was one thing I wanted to say to Q2. Wasn't Chip Kelly the offensive coordinator when Deshaun Jackson and Michael Vick was in Philly?
Yeah, he was.
And wasn't that offense? Woo! What can Trey Tucker be in this offense?
Hey, bro. And keep in mind, that was back then. He picks up and learns new things and changes things up. He goes off the strength of his players. And from what it looks like right now, we got a whole lot of versatility and a whole lot of options. Like, that's the beauty of it. There's not too many guys in our wide receiver core where they're the same type of wide receiver. Just like our running backs. They're not all the same type of running back. Obviously, you got Genty, who he's all explosive. He's a power runner, everything. You got a speedster in Raheem Mostert. Like Q mentioned earlier, shout out to Mostert becoming a girl pops. He had his child, or him and his lady had his child. And then obviously you got a power runner, a straight downhill runner in Zeus. So you got variety, just like with the receivers. You got a whole lot of variety with the receivers too. You got a jack of all trades guy in Jacoby Myers, who he could do it all and great catch radius. He don't drop the ball. Yeah. You got another guy who's not scared to catch the ball in traffic in Jack Best. You got a speedster who he, like you said, he's still developing his game. But in what I seen in that day of practice, Thornton, I'm impressed. And also you also got to keep in mind Trey Tucker too. Yeah. Trey Tucker too, who, like you said, he wasn't being utilized properly. Now you have a coach, offensive coordinator in Chip Kelly and a legit QB1 in Geno, where, hey man, he's gonna see the ball in those spaces, bro. There's not gonna be a lot of people that are gonna be able to keep up with that speed.
Yeah,
and that's one thing that we're seeing speed on all levels. If we're being real, O-line, D-line, running backs, receivers, secondary, linebackers, tight ends. It's speed all across the field, bro. This is gonna be
because Brock Bowers definitely hits another level of speed once he catches the ball.
Yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
That shit is this. I cannot wait to see how this shit gets put together, bro. I really can't.
Have you tried playing with the team yet on Madden yet?
Madden ain't out yet.
Oh, it's not?
Don't play with me like that. I was about to say, yo, don't play with me like that.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. I don't play video games like that. So
college football. Hold on, you about to make me check my Google because I do gotta buy because it's right here. It always comes out like around the Hall of Fame game.
Yep, I know you got that pre-order. I know you was ready. Like, yeah, I got to see what the team look like.
August 14th. August 14th.
Oh, it's close, bro. That's where I went. Matter of fact, I think that's when we start joint practices, bro. So
yeah,
hey, you're gonna get to see, bro. You're gonna be hyped after practice. You're gonna go straight into the Madden mode, bro.
Man, I'm going straight in, and hey, look, they not gonna be ready for me this year. I'm going back. I have to go back to our team. I ain't gonna lie. I couldn't play with us this year, bro. I couldn't play with Gardner Minshew, and they trashed Aiden O'Connell. So like I had to play with myself.
Hey, the one thing I will say that's always a cheat code bad is if you got an elite running back, bro, you can make it happen. So I'm excited to see how it's like playing with Genty. Besides being able to throw them deep threat bombs, bro, with Geno, like I can't see I can't wait to see
Bruh,
what's
I
like.
cannot wait to put Thornton and Trey Tucker on one side and make somebody make a decision. Because if you make a decision and you take your safeties deep, Brock Bowers is coming right underneath. So I
I'm
cannot.
pretty sure that. Hey, even though you're saying that, I'm sure there's somebody probably watching this that's like, yeah, I can stop that shit.
Yeah,
Hey, if y'all,
can.
yeah, if y'all think y'all can stop Trey or y'all could be, or you
Hey.
could beat Trey. Hey, he play PlayStation, so leave your
Hey, yo,
PSNs. Let
yo.
him know, bro. I'll have my guy.
My son changed my PlayStation Network name. It's Maury the Don, like 1450 or something like that. It was Trader King 540, but hey, if you think you can, when that new man come out, if you think you can stop me, come on, come and see me.
Yep.
I promise you can't. I promise you can't. They can't stop me right now with the Raiders.
Now, when y'all play online and stuff, is it common where if y'all both like the same team, y'all both play as the same team, or nah? Somebody got to pick a different team.
No, because you can't pick. So when you come into it, the other person has already picked their team. I done played people with the Raiders multiple times, and sometimes people will quit, but sometimes people will keep playing. But the difference is they never. Every time I play with somebody with the Raiders, they never play with them how I do. For some reason, they just go. They play with who our best players are instead of actually knowing our team and how we play. Like I play with us how we play in real life, and that be the thing to be throwing people off. Like, hold on, he using this person? Like, you only know about him?
We a new team, so I'm gonna let it slide. But I hope you're not saying we losing. I hope you're not playing. Losing, bro. I hope you winning them game.
No. Hey, look, I keep it 100. Like I said, this year was the only year I started the first like 3 or 4 months playing with us, but people playing me with the Chiefs and the Bills and all that. Like we are 72. Like I can't keep doing that. Like, and they were trashing Minshew and Aiden O'Connell and our run game. Like I couldn't play people, doing our Las Vegas antics on the game. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not beating the house. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm playing with my favorite team. You feel me? So like I had to switch. But every year before this, I have trashed people with the Raiders when we were at our lowest. I'm talking about from 16 all the way up until 2020.
Hey, bro, I remember cooking people with Cordell Patterson a couple years ago. I ain't gonna lie to you. Seth Roberts, dog. They
did not know what Seth Roberts was. They did not know what Seth Roberts was to us. Like, really, that's somebody that should be really in, like, he's like a top dog as far as like that 2016 era. Seth Roberts was the man, bro. Like, people forgot about Seth Roberts, bro, but I'm going to give you your props right now, Seth Roberts, bro. You were the man on those teams. A lot of those wins in 2016 was Seth Roberts.
Hey, bro, there was a lot of key players that it's like, the rest of the world didn't know who they was, but we showed it.
Yeah, Clive
Wolford, Johnny Lee Higgins, bro. We was going crazy with dudes. Like, what?
Lee Smith, all these guys, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like for real.
Yeah.
Jameis O'Wiley, bro. Man, Jameis O'Wiley went to the Cowboys. I told my homeboy,
was dope, bro. Hell yeah.
Y'all got one. He like, man, I don't know who that is. O'Wiley busted a 40-yard run as a fullback for them. He's like, oh shit, bro, this dude you were talking about. I'm like, bro, y'all got him from us. Like the Cowboys, that's one thing we always trade with the Cowboys. I don't get that,
man. There's some teams that we always trade with, and there's always teams that sign some of our players and not. It's crazy.
Look, I'm gonna ask you this, and we ain't gonna put, no tags on it, but like, other people that ain't around, like these other people. Where's these places these other people you think these other people could sign at? Because like I was telling people at work, I think the spite would be just the AFC West, but in your, you know what I'm saying? What do you think?
You're saying like the go-to place to sign?
The go-to where do you think that they would sign at?
It really depends. Now, if you're in it for obviously location, all that, like you're just chilling, you just want to be in good location, good opportunity, money opportunities and stuff, possibly on the west side. You're gonna go like AFC West, NFC West, something like that. Now, if you're trying to compete and you're trying to ring chase or something, if you're a vet and you're hypothetically, let's say you're a vet, you're trying to sign somewhere. I might say maybe, honestly, maybe the North, bro. Maybe the North.
Yes, you know,
Yeah, bro.
Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Cincinnati.
Yeah, bro. That's where some of those teams right there, them real
I ain't
battles, bro.
thinking those. One of my homeboys said Dallas, and I thought about that one. Like,
That's a good one too. But if you think about it, you can go to Dallas. That's cool and all that, but you still got to deal with. You got to deal with Philly. You got to deal with Washington. Like there's some teams right there. Like at least in the North, that's somewhere where it's a dog. Every single matchup is a dogfight. I mean, every division is like that, but in the North, every single fight, every single game, it's a dogfight, bro. You never know who's going to come out on top in those matchups.
that's true. That's 100% true.
And that's where I hope with Pete and these new additions, that's what I hope we get to, bro. Where it's a dogfight and it's not like
Oh, I think that time is there. I think
yeah, bro. I hope this is the year where it's like the time is now. Like Pete said, we're not waiting. We're going for it now, bro. So I hope the time is now where it's like we make some noise, bro. Like I don't want to just try and get a wild card spot. Like he said, we're aiming high. So shit, I want to see a division title, bro. If we could possibly pull off a division title, that would be fucking phenomenal.
Man,
If we pull off a division title, if we could even pull off a wild card win, bro.
I just need the playoff win.
Yeah, just give me at least one playoff win this year, bro. And
because
I know a lot of people are
we
like,
got
"Hey,
the
that's
team
crazy to say." From last year, we were a 4-win team, but
we watched the Commanders do it.
yeah, we watched some teams do it. Why can't we? Why not us, bro? Why not us? Granted, last year was rough. Last year was real rough, bro. But if we're being real, our head coach and all that, he didn't. It sucks to say, but he kind of was dealt a bad hand. Now, granted, that's the past. But now we got somebody that I feel like the organization trusts in Pete Carroll and John Spytek, where, hey man, do your thing. Do your thing. Go get whoever you want. Whoever you think is right for the building, who you think is right for this team and for this culture you're trying to build.
I think it lined up perfectly for us with certain players having to be cut and us having the money and certain players coming back from injuries, like I was talking about with this linebacker room.
Yeah.
Man, I really think we got something. I really think we got something going on. And like Gotham City said, man, Denver is that team this year.
Yeah.
But
they're
Denver,
gonna be a real threat.
We they kryptonite. We they
I
kryptonite.
think so.
No matter how good they have been, even when they had Peyton Manning, we they kryptonite.
Yeah.
We the ones that's gonna come in there and we're gonna walk all through Denver like we run it. Because we do. We've been running it since what? 2020.
In my opinion, bro, that first game against them, we should have won.
Oh yeah,
for real.
We don't throw that pick six. We up 17.
Yeah, bro. It was looking real bright that game, bro.
We
it looked
gave
like
them the momentum.
We was on the helmet. We was on the helmet, bro. We gave that game away. That was a complete momentum shift. Now I don't think we're gonna see anything like that out of Geno. Like I feel like he's gonna be somebody that should be able to help us defeat teams like
he's
this.
Not gonna throw that ball. He's gonna run it.
He's gonna run it. Yeah. He gonna pump fake that. And he gonna run it.
Yeah.
He gonna get to where he need to get you.
And Pete Carroll, no disrespect to Antonio Pierce, but he had to do that because it was his first year. Pete Carroll can make different calls in certain situations that we're not going to be used to.
He done seen down there every situation possible, bro. He's been doing this for a long time.
He's not going to make those cocky calls that John Gruden would make. Now, we all love John and we respect John, and he's a hell of a coach. But John would get cocky, and he wouldn't play with the team and the analytics. We got these analytics people here now, man. Like, I really think this season going to be different. We gonna get Denver. We ain't gonna sweep them. We ain't gonna sweep them.
Hey man, never say never, bro.
Remember, I ain't say never.
I know it was tough, bro, but last year was rough. But remember, we had almost an eight game streak, bro. We were sweeping them.
2020.
We were sweeping them, bro.
It was an 8-game streak.
The wrist was getting tired, bro. The wrist was getting tired, bro. That room was moving.
They hadn't beat us at home since 2015.
Yeah.
Since 2015, they hadn't beat us at home. So we had them. We still got them. Our head-to-head overall against them is still ridiculous. They won't catch up ever. They won't. But the team we're going to sweep this year it's definitely gonna be the Chiefs, and we're gonna
Ooh,
sweep the Chargers.
That's a hot take.
And we're gonna sweep the Chargers. We
Okay.
ain't beat the Chargers in LA since 2020. We're gonna
We're
sweep
due.
both of them teams.
Bro, we're
And we're gonna
due.
split with the Broncos.
It's
I'm gonna
frustrating,
get them
bro.
back.
It's frustrating. Being from LA, bro, that shit
Yeah.
frustrating. Every year I
Hey,
look forward
look,
to that game.
that was for
And
you,
it's
Mike.
like, I hope we pull that off, bro. We got to this year, bro. I hate the Chargers with a passion, dog. I hate them
Yeah.
with a passion. That's a game. I want to win every game, but that's a game right there that it's like, nah, bro.
I want that one for
That's
you.
a home
man.
game, bro. That's the honorary home game every year. We got to pull off that win we show out, bro.
For
Raider
the
Nation
city.
shows out for that game.
For
bro.
the
city,
ain't,
bro.
ain't it the land out there?
Yeah, that's the land,
Yeah,
bro. You
the
got to
land,
show out for
real
the
quick.
land, bro.
Because
You
it's
gotta
gonna go
represent for the
crazy.
land,
It's
bro.
gonna go crazy. And look,
Oh,
I
yeah,
need you to be
always.
I need you to be the Pied Piper. I need you to be the one to set it off. Go out there and flip the car first.
I don't know if I can flip no car. I ain't got no strength like that, but we'll see what we could do. We'll definitely get something going out there. But yeah, man, it's
Real
been a
talk.
great episode, bro. It's a whole lot of football to talk about. Definitely a lot of
Oh,
hypotheticals, but
Especially
obviously
next
we
week.
got to get to the rest of this week's padded practices. We got to get to our first preseason game. So once we get there, then we can really start figuring out and understanding what we have to work with and what this team could really be. What this team
Yeah.
could be. Now, I know some people may think of it as if we start winning this year, it could be a fluke year, but who knows? Maybe this is the start of change. And that system and that dynasty that we're hoping to eventually be one day again. We're due for that.
It's got to
due
come
for
at
that.
some point. It's got to come
Yeah,
at
man.
some point. That change has to happen at some point, bro. Like, you don't just stay at the bottom all the time. Everything has to change. It's a circle of life, bro. We got to get
Yeah,
back
bro.
up at the top. And it's coming.
Right.
It's coming. We're going to get there.
I done seen damn near every single team in the alphabet on the list damn near go from being the worst team here in the league to being the best in my lifetime. It's time for us to do that. Now, granted, when I was in elementary school, we was damn near on top of the world. It seemed like we was competing, we was contending for Super Bowls.
You
Now,
was in elementary school?
I was a third grader last time I seen some real success out here.
In
rough.
2001 and 2, you was in elementary school?
Yeah, bro, I was a third grader in elementary school, bro.
God damn,
Last
you
year.
just made me
Yeah, the
feel
year
old.
Gannon got hurt, bro. I was in third grade, bro.
I was a 10th grader.
I'm 30 now. Shit crazy. I'm
I'm about to
30.
be 40. I was a 10th grader when that was going on, bro. Like,
Damn. I'm fucking with you. I'm messing with you, dog.
hit me with the Kevin Hart.
Damn, dog. But yeah, bro, we way overdue, bro. We way overdue.
Yeah, we are.
And I hope this is the change of things, and we gonna see, bro. It all starts with obviously preseason week 1. We gotta get through the preseason, and then, hey, season's gonna kick off. It's getting real close, bro. We almost there. Guys. So we just buckle up. We full speed ahead, bro. But I appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you haven't yet, I my fault for not even mentioning it. If you haven't yet, make sure you leave a thumbs up. If you on YouTube, if you on Twitter, make sure you go to YouTube, leave a thumbs up there. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also make sure follow Black Team Broadcast on Instagram, Black Team Biz on Twitter. Trey, you got anything you want to promote? Your socials, anything? Any clothing brand? Hey, now's your moment, bro.
Hey, yo, I'm going to give another shout out to my little cousin in sniper gear. You know, he's a basketball player. You know, it ain't nothing crazy. He's a basketball player, one of the coldest shooters around here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Want to give a shout out to that. And my @ is at Trey Majors on Twitter. You know, shout out to the Black Team Broadcast. And you know, we're going to keep this thing rocking and rolling. Every time the 6th man of the year get to come on here and do his Jamal Crawford thing, we're going to pull up. But the NFL season, I can't wait. And let me get that shout out to the guy in the back.
Yeah.
On everything, on everything.
Oh, that's a dope portrait. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate it. But yeah, man, you know, this season, can't wait for it, bro. It's gonna be lit, man. It's gonna be one to remember. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. And that Washington trip, I still got y'all, bro. Still got y'all.
Yeah. For sure. But yeah, till next time, bro. We appreciate everybody for pulling up to this episode. We're gonna be back with some more next week. It might be, we'll see. It might be a pre-show. It might be a reaction show. We'll see. But best believe it's football season, baby. We back. Appreciate everybody. Black Team, you bitch.